Hi there, this is Dylan Turner. Today I'm going to show you a little design I came up with, which, as you can see by the title, is a modular origami turtle. And what modular origami is instead of having a single piece of paper you fold, you create several pieces of paper and interlock them together to make something much larger, much more intricate. So I tried my hand at this, and this is the design I came up with. So to make it, you're going to need 15 pieces of paper, which is a lot, I admit. But you're basically going to need 4 for the shell, and you're going to need 4 for the trim around the shell, and then you're going to need 5 for the body. So if as you see, my shell will be green with a red trim, and the turtle body will have various patterned shades of blue. You can see I have the head, the front legs, back legs, tail, and the body structure. So there you go. Trying to color coordinate it. Right. So to get started, the primary shape that we have to make for the shell, it's an interlocking system, and it's basically a square, but it's got some stuff to it. So you're going to start off by basically making like 20 or so creases. So you're going to have one right down the middle, going this way. And these are basically to serve as reference points once we have them. Some of them will be used for folds, but you could also force those folds. You wouldn't necessarily need the crease for that, but they're mainly used so that we can see lines of where to put things. So you're going to have it down the middle horizontally and also diagonally. Right. Okay, so then the next thing you want to do is take the edge and fold it to the middle where you just made another crease. We're going to do this on all 4 sides. You see that? So you're folding to the middle. All 4 sides. I apologize, I don't really have like a camera rig or anything. But hopefully you'll be able to follow along. I don't think it's too complicated yet. You're just folding to the middle. Sure enough. So when we have that, now we're going to take the corner and we're going to fold. See this? I don't know if you may not be able to see the camera. We've made a crease at these 2 points like that, right? So what you're going to want to do is fold a triangle into that piece. You should have these kind of white angle bar on the sides. We'll make another crease there. And then once again do it for all 4 corners. Yep. Alright, and unfold. So now we have a bunch of creases, as your paper is probably has. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip over to this side, the green side. What we want to do now is there should be rectangles where we put the horizontal creases before, and we're gonna fold a triangle in the halfway point of that upwards. Now notice which side I'm using, right? There's a colored side and there's a white side. You want to fold the colored side because we're going to eventually refold back so that it's just the color that's showing. Because, you know, we're not making a white turtle, we're making a green turtle, so we want the green to show. Now if you have the same color on both sides, it doesn't really matter, but for this, you want to be aware of which side you're folding into, because this is where it starts to actually matter. Alright, so once you've done that, you can go ahead and fold them all up, and then you're going to bend at each of these 4 points. the other way. Alright, so you have this. And then what you're going to do is basically we want to extract, sorry, it's the other square. We want to extract the square here. So if we have these folded in, we're going to bend upwards on the thing to make that square. And so at each of these points where we're at, right, so we have the square, right? So here's our original triangles, and they kind of fold in to make this point. So where this point is, you're going to want to fold upwards. So there's kind of a diamond crease that we've made. So we're going to fold that up into there so that it kind of overlaps itself as kind of a lock. Not really a lock, but you get what I'm saying. Like it kind of latches over the top. So you're going to just do that, fold all four corners in. Yep, and like that. Right, and so now we're going to pop them over to the back. So we're just going to basically pinch these in, and you're going to fold everything in. So we're going to have this nice little, almost like a flower, like a lotus flower or something. I don't know if this is already like an origami base or something, but I don't know. It's a pretty cool shape. So this is the base of our turtle shell. All right, so now we just need well, we just need 4 more of them. So done. Okay, we got our 4. All right, now we got to make the trim for the shell that's going to kind of hold everything together. So that's actually really easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a square base. So first we have to make a square base. Who would have thought? All right, so we're going to make a square base. Doesn't have to be the prettiest square base in the world. Alright, so then you're going to fold up these halfway down the middle so they go up to the top point. Basically fold everything up to the top. Oh, come on. There we go. Same thing on this one. Fold back in. And then on these, we're going to do the same thing, but instead of folding them up, we don't want the white to show, we want the color to show. So we're going to put it down on the inside. So we'll have this sort of small triangle base in a sense. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take these inside folds, and we're going to bend them so that they are perpendicular to, like if you drew a line down the center, making this perpendicular, you'd want to fold that halfway over to it, like that. We're going to do that on both of these, and on both sides. Just like that. Alright, and then there's a little slot on either side here. We're going to fill those slots with these. So we're going to unfold this one, and we're going to just wrap it around and insert this, fold it over inside this, that it locks into place. Now this one's going to wrap around, and it's going to go on the other side. And voila, we have a singular hole that's just simply a slot and is tight and together, won't come undone. And that is the goal of that. So you do the same thing over here. Wrap this one on the inside, fold across, wrap this one around, and put it in the other one. I said it won't come undone, and it came undone. video cut off there. I put both sides in. So you have a slot that it should be white on both sides. Like I said, you fill in the slot on each one. You saw that. Right, so I was just going to say, now we need 3 more of these. You're going to put a crease in the middle. Now we've got to make 3 more. So, I'm done. Okay, so now is the trickiest part of this whole thing, which is assembling the turtle shell. So basically, if you look at the bottoms of these, you'll notice they kind of have these horizontal lines going at them like this. So you want to interlock them in such a way so that these are alternating. So you have 1, 2, you'll have one down here like that, and you'll have one here like that. So each of the square parts actually has a slot. So essentially what you want to do is you take this one, which notice is horizontal, you'll keep this one vertical. So if we go back, so this one is going to insert its tip into this place, and this one is going to go underneath in between into this little slot here, just like that. So it seems pretty simple, but actually holding it there while you assemble everything else is going to be tricky. So the next thing you want to do is take one of the edge pieces, and you're going to want to take one, put it on, and fold. Actually, you don't even want to connect these yet. You don't want to fold it and insert into the white slot. Notice you want to insert into the white slot, otherwise you risk unlocking it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold the edge piece over so that this piece, the flap that is inside, that's internal, will also get folded a little bit, so the whole thing will get locked tight together and won't come undone just by, you know, holding it. So there you go, and you're going to bend it in like so. Alright, so now you can go ahead and interlock it like I was saying before, just like that. Probably won't stay interlocked, you'll have to redo it as you go, but then we want to move on. So yeah, it just came done. So then we want to go and we want to do the same thing here with another one. So we'll take another one of these, remember, insert into the white slot, insert into the, oh wait, let's line them up first. So we're going to want to connect these. This is a vertical, so we want a horizontal like that. So we'll want these 2 edges. So again, oh, and as far as these go, you can just insert the white slot on the side of them like that. So yeah, right, we'll just ignore the interconnections for now. Insert into white slot. All right, go. Oh, come on, go in there. We're gonna fold it up again. And oh, didn't quite get it, I guess. Fold it up again. Bend over like that. All right. It's 2 down. This took many attempts for me to figure out how to get this to hold effectively for you to place it. Okay, so now that we have 3, we should be able to get it to lock enough to kind of hold a steadier state. So remember, all right, there we go. That. Just gonna go under here. Oh no, it came unlocked. Like I said, this is the hardest part of the build. So don't come undone, please. Ah. All right. So there we go. We got 3 of them on. We got 2 more red to connect. So once again, we need to look how this is going to go. So we have a vertical piece there. So we're going to want to attach it horizontally like that, and it's going to lock in under here. Vertical to horizontal. That way it's interlocked. So it's not going to hold this position because we haven't put the pieces on, but you can kind of see how it's all going to shape together. So once again, we want to get one of these on. So we're going to find the white slot. I can kind of just stick it in there possibly, but I'll go ahead and try and open it. Once you have this together, it kind of holds itself together, so you don't need to worry as much about it unfolding like it just did. Alright, so we need to get this one connected. I'm going to reconnect these real quick, because I don't want it to accidentally slip out of one of the other places that's not as secure. Just like that. Okay, so now we need to get this on. Just put that on there, and it slipped out again, but I'm not going to worry. Like that, so we're going to put this insert there. And like I said, we're going to fold it over and bend it in. Alright, so now we actually do need to connect these together. If I can. It's hard. Not gonna lie, it is like I said, it's the hardest part. Getting them to all insert at the same time. Hey, look at that, ta-da. So now we need this, get this very last one, and then we should be able to hold. Make sure you try and crease these bends. They should all be bent as much as they'll allow. That's what I've learned from building the first time. This is actually my second time building this, so I'm still a little rough. It's not like I've been making these for 3 years or something now. Like, I just designed this earlier, so. Alright, so there we go. You can see it's going to hold once we get the last one on there. Go white slot, maybe. Don't get stuck on something. And oh, don't fall out, no. Okay, and then we're going to lock it in place. Oh no. And everything falls apart right as we get it to be done. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's make sure these are good and tight. Here you want to make some creases so that's not all trying to force itself apart. Oh no. Yeah, looks like I gotta redo this one. Come on, get on there. Get in there. Alright. There we go. So you have the shell. It's got a little bit of a hole in the middle, but for the most part, yeah, looks pretty good. Again, just make creases. If you constantly keep rearranging it, eventually it'll hold a little better, but that's what it's supposed to look like. So we got a nice little red trimmer on the edge. The main shell is green with various patterns. And yeah, so that's the shell. So moving on, now we have to make the body. Alright, so next we've got to make the body, which has 4 legs, a head, a tail, and the actual base of the body. So we'll start with the base of the body. The base of the body is a very simple origami construction called the water bomb. It's pretty common. You start with I start making a square base. No, you start with a triangle base. This piece is a little messed up, but it's okay. So the triangle base, right? As you see, there's a little tear in my thing. It shouldn't matter for this, but It's messing up my folds. So with the triangle base, you're going to fold up the couple corners. Now this won't actually be visible at all, so it doesn't even really matter what side you use. I picked blue. I picked a piece that has blue in it because it matches the rest of the body, but this actually won't be seen because it's going to be inside the shell. Right, you go like there, and you're going to fold this tab in both sides, right? Oops, unfolded it. Okay, and then they have two little flaps right here. You're going to take those flaps, and we've created a little hole now. So you're going to take those flaps and put it in the hole. Same thing. As much of it as you can get in the hole is as much as you want in the hole. So try and really get it deep in there. Alright, and then you're going to fold this back and forth, kind of make a crease, a square, because it'll make the next part easier. That. And you'll notice there's a little hole right here. So what you're going to do is, and I can't show you this part because I'm back here, what you're going to do is in this little hole that's in the top, notice there's a bottom which doesn't have a hole. This side has a hole. You're going to blow into it and it's going to puff up. So here's what it'll look roughly like this. You notice it's kind of uneven. You kind of just want to squeeze it without pushing the air out. You're going to squeeze it into the correct shape, which should be basically a square. Or a cube, I mean. Yeah, it doesn't have to be great. Again, it's not going to show. It's just there as the kind of base to hold everything together. And yeah, so that's your body. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is make the arms. The arms are all basically the same, but there are a few differences per arm. So I'm making mine. I have these paper for the front arms, these paper for the back arms. That'll look interesting. So I'll show you how to make one of the arms. To make it the other way, the very last fold that I'm going to show you is what you do. But anyway, to start, you fold it in half. Okay, super simple. You take the edge and you fold it to the middle where you just made a crease. Do it on the other side as well. Alright. Make sure I don't mess up, which I did. Yeah, good enough. Alright, then you're going to take the new edge up here, and you're going to fold that to the middle. And that's the start of one of the legs. Alright, so then we gotta shape the hand. It's a little claw that the turtle will have. So you're gonna make, you're gonna fold in the tips to make a triangle. Then you're gonna take the flap and you're gonna very carefully fold just a little bit back out. Just like that, see? And that's basically the claw. And we'll do a little bit more with that in a sec, but first we need to put a fold, doesn't really matter, but about there. And you want to fold back. See, I need to put it back a little bit. Essentially, you want to fold and then fold back so that the edge lines up with where your triangle that you made ends. So you can kind of see this is where the triangle starts, this is where the fold is. And you're going to fold like that. And then you're going to do the opposite facing direction. Do the same kind of little accordion looking thing. And then you're going to do it one more time facing the same way as the last one. So you have two in this direction and one in that direction. It's almost like you're making a little frog. Anyway, and then you'll fold it down. make sure you get the claw in there like that. And then one thing to do to make the claw look a little more interesting is we'll just kind of separate a little bit and push it down. That way it looks like a little tiny hand, little tiny claw. Okay, so now we have our base. We take the claw. We want to basically insert this into the hole there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold this part down, or rather fold it up from here. Okay, and then you're going to want to fold away from that and kind of fold it up, so it kind of gets this little screw looking thing, and that way we can insert that little angle piece into the slots that we made earlier in the base, and that way the arm will stick out a little bit as well. And so that's kind of one arm, so you insert it into that hole and you'll stick it in there. So we need to make the other arm as well, and it's going to face the other way. So the difference is, if you want to get face that way, you're going to fold it up this direction and screw it the other way. That way it can fit in that one. You get the idea. So you've got to make that. Oh, I folded it the wrong way. So you've got to make 3 more of those, 1 for each side. So you got to make 1, 2, and the back 2 as well. So it's done. So now we have all 4 legs. So like I said, you stick them in the little slot. There's the 4 legs. You got the front legs. You got the back legs. All right, moving on. We're going to move on to the next easy one to do, which is the tail. So it's kind of the same start. And in fact, the head will be the same start as well. So you're going to fold this. Once again, I have a slightly torn piece of paper from pulling it out from I have a little booklet of origami paper. Once again, you're going to fold towards the middle. Fold towards the middle. Fold towards the middle. Doesn't have to be super exact, just has to be pretty even. Alright, there we go. And so what you're going to do for the tail, to get into tail shape, is you're going to, basically, we're going to slide it, well actually that's the front. Oops, I knocked one out. There's a little slot here you can slide up. So we want to make it about the length of that. And then we need to make it so that this is upwards. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a little crease here. You're going to put an angle there, except the other way because I'm stupid. There we go. And then finally, one more there. And now the tail is pointing the right way out. Now you see this weird jaggedness, again, that's going to be covered by the shell. The shell. So we're really only going to see like this part of it sticking out. So then you're going to fold these in. Make it triangular. This is shaping it to look like a tail. And you're going to fold this in one more time so it's a little more slender. Oh, come on. And then fold it back together in half. And we got a nice little pointed tail. And you want to crease these so they are nice and good and solid. And then, like I said, we can stick it into the body. Like so. So he's got a little tail. I'll put his arm back on. Alright, so we're almost there. Last but not least, we have to make the head. Okay, so I accidentally discovered that the head of the turtle is in fact 2 pieces. It's a head and a neck. And as such, I have to have 2 pieces of paper for it. I chose to make them the same pieces of paper because I originally thought there was going to be one head. So yeah, following up on that, we're going to start the same as before. So we're going to make a fold in the middle. We're going to make a fold down there. But this time, we're going to stop, just appreciate life for a few minutes. No, we're going to stop, and we're going to go ahead and make our, I messed that fold up. It's okay, I'll just fix it. We're going to go ahead and make our triangle now, so it's a little bit bigger. Okay, so you're going to want to make your triangle. You're going to want to go ahead and make your fold. That's going to line it up with the edge of the triangle, just like before, just now we haven't folded it in yet. And then we're going to fold the middles in. This is just to change up the look, make the head a little thicker, give a little more detail. Of course, you can always customize this to your liking if you think you want to design a different kind of turtle or something. It's just the design that I thought worked best. We're also going to fold in just a little tip because it's going to have a beak because, you know, it's a turtle. And then go ahead and fold that in half. Alright, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bring about from here and invert the fold. This is why it pays to make these properly, because then your folds line up in the end, and I did not do that, so I have to fix it now. Okay, so you fold in, you're going to bring this, you're going to invert it and bring it forward. So it's at an angle, like so, and you can already see the mouth starting to form on the turtle. So we're just going to help it along with that. Right, so then on there, we're going to fold in, inside, make another triangle, just like before. Now we're doing it on both sides with this one folded up. Once again, we're going to make our little fold-in crease, little outer crease that goes up on the sides. That, notice it's a little too far back, so I'm going to pull it forward a little more, just like that. Right, so and then we're going to fold this nose over itself. We're going to fold this tip in. And we're going to kind of fold these in just to give it some more depth. So this is all little tiny folds just for detail. We're essentially done with the main shape of the head. Just like that. And we have essentially a turtle head. Alright, so now to make the neck is essentially just to be an extension of the head. So what we're going to do, we're going to start just like all the other limbs and everything have been. We're going to fold it down the middle. Going to fold it down the middle again. Fold down the middle again. Fold down the middle again. Got this long, thin piece. And so what we're going to do is we're going to partially unfold the head that we just made. So you can see how there's this little slot where we made that crease. And we're going to stick this into that slot. Just slide it in. Refold the head and fold this over. Slowly just work it until it fits together. Again, re-add the details if they came undone. And so now we've attached this to the head. Right? Super simple. Just like that. So then what we're going to do is we want to make kind of just a nicer neck shape so that we can attach it to the body. So we're going to have the head. We're going to want this turtle to angle upwards. So we're going to bend and invert again at a slight angle. And what that slight angle is going to do is that when we attach the head, the turtle will be looking upwards. So just make sure I did this right. I did not. So then we want to do it once again. Maybe. There we go. So now I have the turtle kind of bent at an upward angle, and of course you can adjust this how you like. We have this piece going back, and it's kind of going to be the same thing as the tail. We want to slide it up the side like that. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to guess about that length. You don't want to make it so the head is facing the right direction. It's facing up. And you want to kind of bend it over so the head is more centered. And you just want to make sure all these get creased. And you can go ahead and attach it. Oh, or maybe you can try to attach it. Yeah, it's easier to put the head in before the legs. But yeah, I mean, there you go. And so now we can put all the limbs back in and insert them into the slots that they go. Oh, maybe. Or maybe they'll all fall out. And then we can take the shell. Make sure it gets all tightened and put it on top of our turtle. And that's the turtle build. So I'll kind of very quickly walk you around and show you the turtle. So here's the turtle, all its majestic turtle glory. There's a nice side shot for what we're making. Here's the top view. The other side as we go around. And yeah, and that's it. It only took, you know, over 30 minutes. But yeah, that's the modular turtle. So that's everything.